up? It's your boy Leo Faden. Welcome to the Straight Faded Podcast. Tonight I got a special guest. He goes by the name of OhMyGoodNess.
Oh my goodness.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Pretty good, man. Chilling, you?
Good. I'm excited to interview you. You're the first music producer.
That's dope, bro.
And
I'm blessed.
it's crazy that you've been doing it recently. You really got into it.
2 years, yeah. During quarantine, I started.
You had an accident?
Yeah, I got in a car accident. I wasn't too mobile, couldn't move around. It was a spinal injury. So I was like glued to my phone and quarantine happened. So I'm like, dude, I need something to stay busy, like keep my mind flowing. And I always loved music, bro. Like just walking to school, I always had my headphones on, and I always liked certain like music, but for the beat, like I don't give a fuck about.
Who are some of your favorite producers?
Southside, Chi-Chi, Pyrex, Cash, Money AP. Yeah. Thanks to Stun, DG. I met him.
How was that experience with?
It was dope, bro. It was really a humbling experience, knowing like where I come from, and talking about where he comes from, and seeing him have everything that I want was truly it was like a door opening, just seeing it happen for someone else like very similar to me.
Yeah. And
the way he did it, and the way I'm going about it, being able to talk to him about some shit, hearing the shit he makes, and it's very helpful.
Where do you come from?
I'm from Corona, California. The IE.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born there, or I was born in Fountain Valley.
How is over there the support?
In Corona?
Yeah.
I know there's the music scene, but I felt like pretty early on I realized that the support wasn't gonna come from the city.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when I check my analytics, like we spoke earlier,
yeah,
a lot of the support comes from Texas, Houston, like Dallas, shit like that.
What type of sound is your production, you think? Or you don't got no sound, like style?
I try to, typically, I started with trap, because that's what I grew up listening to.
Yeah.
Like my cousins listen to like 3 6 Mafia, Project Pat, very trap influenced. And my brother put me on to like a bunch of shit too. And I felt like I just grew up listening to that, and I tried to remake it, but like throw my own shit on there.
Sound.
Yeah. So and then learning music theory, like just having that time, like I said during quarantine, really like expanded my musical knowledge. So I started with trap, but I also make like reggaeton. Reggaeton was actually my first song.
Like you record, you rap too?
No, I did it.
You produce? Some
guy named Mayhem from the IE, or he's from Riverside. We made like a reggaeton song called Papas and Beer. And Papas and Beer is a club in Rosarito.
Yeah.
And we posted it online, and they tapped in with us saying like, yo, that's dope. And we were supposed to shoot a music video, but then I guess like the quarantine restrictions kind of like didn't allow that to happen.
Yeah.
So like the hype died down, and then after that I'm like, yo, let me take it more serious. Like let me see what I could do. I met Stun, Chris. I've known Chris. I've known his brother, but then I met DG because of him, and then just one thing after another, and just being persistent led into like making the good impression, like with Cash Money AP, Keo, like just being connected to them.
And what made you get into music?
I loved it. Like I've never loved something so much. So I feel like when you love it and you have a passion for it, like the universe just kind of sends you in your own way, like where you're meant to go.
Yeah. You say you use Garageband to make beats?
Yeah, I made that beat, the Papas and Beer beat, on my phone. I still have it. Like the stems and shit, the original project.
Then you did it on your phone, right?
I did it on my phone, yeah.
It wasn't more hard than doing it like on a computer?
Yeah, that beat took me like a week, and it still sounded like shit. But like now I'm at a place where I can knock a beat out in 10 minutes. And it's just from doing it every day, like Stun said in his interview.
Do you got your own templates too?
Yeah, that's actually what helped me. Like just I made my template, and it's already mixed, leveled the way I want. I have like 8 templates now.
For a specific beat, or
if I want a trap beat, I already have a template. Reggaeton beat, I have a template. If I have like a EDM type of shit, I just do that. Like I already know the BPMs. I already know like what sounds, certain transitions, certain FX, stuff like that.
Have you tried doing a corrido tumbado type beat?
One of the homies actually told me, he was like, yo, like you should do that. Like, and I'm like, bro, I don't play no instruments. Like I've tried piano. I can play chords and stuff, but like for corridos, it's different because a lot of this shit is live.
Yeah.
Like I'll go to parties with my cousins. They bring the banda, like stuff like that, and all that stuff is live. You're not gonna get the same vibe from doing it on the laptop.
Are you good at sampling?
Yeah, I would say I love to sample because it's fun. It's and it gravitates the audience too. If you sample a really old song
Yeah,
that's super famous, and somebody raps on it, you're gonna get the audience from the new generation and the old generation
for
because
sure.
they have to respect it. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's one of the easiest ways for producers to really blow up on the the monetary side. It's
Yeah,
not very convenient because you won't make as much money knowing that you have to give the publishing up,
yeah.
but it's also a good way to start
A
your
good
brand.
start, huh?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You got your foot into the
Industry.
industry. You know? Yeah.
Yeah. How did you meet Big Stan?
Um, I met him at his brother's release party. He dropped, or no, it was his birthday, right? Yeah, it was his birthday. I pulled up, showed love because that's my boy, right?
Yeah.
And when I walked in, they were freestyling in the circle, and I already knew he was like he made music, but I never met him, And to be honest, I wasn't quite a fan. Like, we had just started music,
Yeah.
but I saw him freestyle over like 20 beats an hour, and like all the freestyles made sense. The melody was there, and as a producer, this is what I hear. Like, I hear the way the melody, even if the lyrics aren't there, the melody, if it drives you a certain way and it drives the beat, it's like, bro, that's all the potential I need to hear. Like,
And what makes you to make beats? I heard you make like 4 beats a day or something like that.
average, like today I made all of my beat. I work a 9 to 5 still,
Yeah.
so I knew I loved it when I took my laptop to work. I get a 15-minute break, make a beat.
Then
Lunch,
that's
make a
hustle
beat.
right there.
Yeah, and then it's like sometimes, bro, like I have to clock in at like 6 a.m. and then have like a all night session till like 3, 4 a.m.
Dang.
Pull a bitch, drive an hour, get like an hour's sleep, go to work the next
That's
day.
dedication and passion too.
That's what I'm saying. And a lot of people are like, yo, like, especially like a lot of people that I met at an early stage in this music shit. They're like, yo, how do you make so much beats at a rapid pace, and how did you like get it to sound this way? And it's you can't fake it. You can't fake the hours. Like, you really got to put in the hours, like we
Put in
talked
that
about.
work, yeah.
Yeah, I call Stun on the late night, making a beat, and he's making the beat,
Oh,
or
you
he's making the song. And it's like we're on the same. That's why we get along, because it's like the hustle's there. You know what I mean? And I
You
know,
do the beat and then he does the rap all quick.
yeah, quick. Like, he'll do my beat in like 20 minutes, 15 minutes,
Yeah.
and none of it's written. It's just
Off top.
off the top. Yeah. And
How
it's
was your
fun.
Alaska trip?
It was dope. Shout out to Mike, Joel, Leishan, Stun. It was dope. Like, it was dope as a producer to see, like, from Garageband, have it take you to certain places that, because I grew up coming from a Mexican household, so we didn't really travel a lot. You know how it is, right? Yeah. So being the first one to go to Alaska was truly a blessing. I've never seen that much snow in my life.
How do you feel being in
sure.
Alaska shooting with the gang and what music was it? Music video was
Coldest
it?
time?
Yeah, how was it?
It was dope. I almost not died, but I almost fell into a
A lake?
lake. Yeah, we one of the cameraman's drones fell into a lake, and the part of the lake was frozen. And me, DG, did you guys get on? I don't know who else got on, but we got on to the frozen part of the lake, and there was like maybe 5 feet, 4 feet, just a gap of just lake, land, and snow. And as I like tipped over, one of my legs like fell in, and DG grabbed me. Like, had he not grabbed me, I would have fell in.
Dang.
It's crazy, but it's like, I love music, so it was worth it, to me.
Yeah, so you thought it was gonna be like a good trip to Alaska and then you almost.
I almost died, yeah. Like, my mom hates me for that shit. For sure, I told her. And
How was it meeting Haiti Baby?
shout out to P Webb, the engineer, one of the most talented
Shout out.
engineers in LA that I know of. It was random. Like, I was at my house. I just got home from work, and he texted me saying like, "Yo, like, can you send beats or pull up?" I'm like, "For sure, I'll pull up." Like, I didn't have shit going on. He told me we pulled up to Tarzana, Very Special Studios, and I'm like, "Yo, who's the artist?" And he's like, "Haiti Baby." And I'm like, "Bro, you should have told me." Like, he didn't warn me, no nothing. Like, I would have came prepared if it was an artist of that caliber.
Yeah.
But I met Haiti Baby. We did a song. I met a lot of people that night. It was we met in Beverly Hills.
Who's the big artist you produced for?
Wally the Sensei. Shout out to Betos and the song for that.
Shout out.
Jay Narcoy, or Choi, I don't know how to say it, but he's from London. He made the TikTok song To the Moon. Talking to the Moon. It was like the Bruno Mars
Oh,
remix.
yeah.
He made that song. I produced for him. It's unreleased at the moment. You know, the label situation is kind of tricky. But yeah, like just I got all those stuff from just being persistent and not charging people. Like when one day if the song drops, I'll tell the story. But fuck it. Like just give out free beats. Like I used to be worried about like charging people for beats and stuff. But that song came about from just sending out beats and saying like, I got free beats for you. And at this point, he had like maybe 90,000 followers. So the chances of him responding were very slim.
Yeah.
But he did, and he sent me back the demo of the song. He was like, we got one. And just, I had to bullshit some shit. Like, I was like, I talked to my lawyer. There was no lawyer. I'm like, like, we're not taking no less than this amount of money for the exclusive. He's like, I don't pay for beats. And I'm like, fuck it. I tried it. I'm like, fuck it. Take it for free. But it's like, I can talk to him. I can reach out to him. He'll ask, like, send beats. And it's like, that's, as a producer, that's all you need. Yeah. Is that lane to just send beats. Because that's the name of the game now. It's like, everybody can make beats if you're persistent enough, consistent enough. But can you get it to Cash Money AP so he can send it to his artist? Yeah. Can you send it to J.N.R. Coy? Can you send it to Wally the Sensei? Like, that's the name of the game. Is
you feel like your door just opened up to a bigger audience too?
I feel like as of recently, yes. Thanks to the Alaska trip, thanks to, the sessions that we have, thanks to DG, thanks to Mike, just like he said, it doesn't just take one person to, really make shit pop. And especially as a producer, we're not the face of anything. We're kind of just in the background, But I feel like now if you carry yourself as an artist, and you're able to back it up, people just have to respect it.
Yeah, and it's crazy too that producers don't get much of the shine too.
Yeah,
they have a big part of the process,
Yeah, a huge part of the process, and I feel like within the last, and no disrespect to any artist, but within the last 10 years, I feel like the beats is what makes the music. If the beat is catchy and it's bouncy, who cares if the lyrics are mediocre? Yeah. The beat really drives people. The beat that they play at the club, that makes the people move. You know what I mean?
It depends where you market your song too. Like that's a big thing.
Yeah. That's there's different ways to go about that. Still trying to figure that out for myself. I don't have it all figured out, but I know every day I will.
Any tips you would like to give up to an upcoming producer?
Learn music theory. Not necessarily. Don't be so strict on it. Learn music theory. Learn how to make melodies. Learn how to make chords, because that could be your way into a placement. Like for me, when I met Cash Money AP, I met him as a songwriter. But then at the end of the session, I was like, "Yo, dude, can I play you some beats? Like you're one of my idols. Like I'd really love to just get your feedback." I played one beat. He was like, the mix is fire. I just knew that was like his way of saying it was ass. And then I played the second beat, and he was like, "Yo, you made this melody?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yo," and he gave me his number. Like I didn't ask for it, no nothing. He stood up, he gave me his number. He's like, "Yo, let's send me some shit."
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself just still chasing this, because I feel like even if, the cars, the money, everything does come, I'm still not gonna be happy with that, because it's a musical chase. It's a feeling that I'm chasing. It's like a natural high. Like when you make a beat that's it's just fire. Like that makes everything worth it.
Like when you make the beat, sometimes you already know what artist to send it to.
Yeah, for sure. Like I already hear, like, especially with Stun, like I already know his voice.
What type of style you think he is?
Pain trap for sure. I tell him make like West Coast stuff, LA stuff. He doesn't really gravitate towards that, but I understand the pain trap stuff, and it's very easy for me to make that stuff within the last year, because DG made that type of stuff. Stun makes that type of stuff, and these are the people that I've been around with the last year, so I had to make that type of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like being a producer too, like when you have your team, you already know their sound specifically.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, like I talked to DG during the session. I'm like, bro, I already have a template for you, because I already know how to break the beat down for you. I already know the structure you like, and I already know how much space to give your voice to just shine.
Yeah, you already hear it already too, right?
Yeah, I already hear it, and I already know like, oh, this is something he'll do. This is something Stun would do, and you just have to have the ear for it and be around them so long that to really understand how they work.
What's something you dislike about making beats?
Beat block.
What's
Just
that?
basically like when nothing comes out, everything sounds the same. There's no creativity juices like flowing. I hate that, but it's like when that happens, I usually just go to YouTube and learn something new.
How did you get your creativity like that?
Um, yeah, I'll watch a tutorial or I'll watch like a producer like making beats, like Southside making beats, or Metro, or just like Mike Dean. That's one.
Shout out Metro. I got a beat from him.
Who?
Metro.
Oh, you got beef with Metro?
Yeah, Metro Boomin.
Yeah, why?
Yeah. I bought a beat from him.
Oh, you got a beef? I heard beef. My bad.
Oh no, I bought a beat from him.
Yeah. He's
Shout out
super dope.
For sure.
Huge inspiration to me and the music that I grew up listening to. But back to the original topic, like I don't like beat block but it's like I have to stay productive. So that way, if I'm not making a beat, I'll learn how to mix better, or I'll learn like a different music theory concept, or just.
You know how to play live instruments?
I don't. I tell people like when they ask me like what instrument do you play, I just say the laptop, because that's all you need nowadays. If you play your cards right, all you need is a laptop.
Yeah, that's how I kind of started too. Like I don't know how to play the piano, but I know how to play the keys on the laptop.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you link it to the keys, that's all you need. You don't really need a piano now.
And then you just go by the sound, like you already know where to put it and all that. The beats per minute.
Yeah, like with the template and just from doing it so long, it's like streamlined.
Have you tried doing a drill beat?
Like the UK drill beat?
Yeah,
I've done it. It's not really my style, but if somebody asked for it, I could do it.
No, any shout outs before we end?
Shout out to Big Stun. Shout out to Mike, DG. Shout out to Betos. Betos is he's actually the producer that like put me out and invited me to that was the first producer I linked with, and he showed me a lot of people. He showed me the ropes, so I'm very grateful for that. Always have love for that. Yeah. Shit.
So yeah, thank you for pulling up.
No, thank you for having me,
and
bro.
hopefully you could come again.
Oh God,
give us more knowledge, more.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I want to hear your stuff too. Like
yeah, of course.
I heard Big Stun's music. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine yours
very,
too.
Very similar, yes.
So your boy Leo Faded.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. And we out. You're.